Sharing tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní North Africa, ó máa dé Sahel, láti Sahel, òun ló máa dé West Africa. The Sahel has always been a source of destruction to the West African civilization for the past 600 years. When you destroy the black civilization, when you destroy Sahelian civilization, refugee crisis, flow of arms, ó máa affect the civilization tó wà ní coast. So those, the Oyo Empire, the Ashanti Empire, the Mosi Empire, where the Bambara Empire, the Tiv kingdoms, the Jukun kingdoms, have always been the buffer. Fáwọn coastal people bí Ìjọ, Igbos, Efik, àtàwọn other groups ní Benin Republic ní Togo. Because many people don't actually, apart from how much is bread, how much is kulikuli, how much is gari, they don't even understand what is happening in the world anymore. And I'm going to tell you something scary. You look at the map of Africa or West Africa, and I'm going to start giving you some statistics. Central African Republic is very close to Nigeria. 2/3 of that country is controlled by terrorist group. 2/3 of those countries is controlled by non-state actor. Lẹ́yìn Bangui tí capital Kiniwa, president wa, 2/3 of the country is gone. And the army does not have the capacity to take back those lands. Odi alakoko. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, Niger. 2/3 of Niger is controlled by insurgencies, terrorists. Insurgencies, terrorists. Odi ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta, Chad. Half of the country is controlled by non-state actors. Libya has been permanently destroyed for over 12-13 years. You go to Burkina Faso, almost more than half, 60% of the country is controlled by armed insurgency. Now, just imagine 60% of Nigeria controlled by Boko Haram. Because the country more now. You go to Mali, 60% of the landmass of Mali is controlled by terrorists. Sudan is currently in a brutal battle. Ìlú yìí ò lè bomb for the next 30-40 years. Because it's crisis upon crisis. We have the Darfur crisis, the Darfur militias, the Arab militias, the Western Arabs fighting the Eastern Arabs. That country is gone. Sudan does not exist anymore. Niger does not exist anymore. Central African Republic does not exist anymore. Burkina Faso does not exist. That's why you see those three countries, they ran away from ECOWAS, thinking they will be able to find a way to survive. Those places are gone. If not for the resources coming from the southern part of Nigeria and the manpower and the brain power, in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Niger, tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Central African Republic, ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní northern Nigeria now. So what's the future? There's no future. So what happened is, come on, there can't be any chaos or NSAS, and there is a violent overthrow of government. The entire Nigeria will also collapse. Just like all those countries in the Sahel. So Nigeria is just a time bomb waiting to happen. And when you look at our political elite, people don't even understand. They think Syria, look at Syria, Lebanon, Iran, Iraq. The only countries that are stable in the Middle East are authoritarian monarchies. Like Saudi Arabia, like Jordan, like Qatar. Gbogbo ìlú tó ti ń ṣe democracy, decentralized, they are in the Arab world is destroyed. Totally destroyed. Because there is a civilization war going on. Why ta ní insurgency ní Mali? Because the Tuaregs wọ́n sọ pé báwo ni black people ní Bamako á ṣe máa rule àwọn. It's a generation. It's a racial war that people don't actually understand. Torí àwọn Pan-Africanists ni ò jẹ́ kí ká explain tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Now, as a Yoruba man, as a Yoruba woman, tó lọ́mọ, tó wà nílùú òyìnbó, tó wà nílé, what is going to happen to you? Ṣé rí I pay attention sí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Mali Empire, Songhai Empire, òun ló jẹ́ kí Hausa kingdoms so fall into the jihad of Uthman Dan Fodio. Òun ló jẹ́ kí Oyo Empire go implode. We live in an interconnected world. Let me give you another instance. Nígbàtí kidnapping for ransom was not a Nigerian thing until the Niger Delta militancy started. Niger Delta militancy, àwọn ni wọ́n institutionalize kidnapping for ransom. They were kidnapping expatriates and collecting millions of dollars. That cancer spread to the north, to the east, to the west. Now it has become a pandemic within Nigeria. So all different groups, terrorist organizations, bandits, are now using it to raise funds or to make political statements. So what is our future in this century? If you see the way Europe is currently panicking, that this might be the end of the European Union as we know it. Since the end of 1945, Germany is rearming. And the borders of Europe is being withdrawn without the consent of Europeans. China now has equal economic power with the US, with the Western world. Because first is economic power, then comes military power. I'm not trying to scare us, but I'm telling us that our decision in this century will determine maybe Yoruba land will be left with 2 local governments, or we are still going to become bigger and powerful than ever. We need to be very, very strategic. Very, very strategic. That is why it is not everything we know that we can say publicly. And that's why some of us are saying, interfere these conservative ideals, it's your right for anybody to go and organize anything, go and create your own. It's your right. It is your right. But it's our own right to say, we don't know you, we don't want to have anything to do with all of you. And if you are a Yoruba Nation agitator, take up by the Yoruba Nation now. You are into one lane to Yoruba Nation now law. So Maliland has been has technically seceded from Somalia for more than 30 years, and nobody has recognized their independence in the world. Why do you think it's going to be different for the Yoruba people? You live in a country where Igbos are laying claim to Lagos State. You live in a country where Sokoto wants to determine who becomes the Alaafin of Oyo in Oyo State. You live in a country where Benin people that are not up to 3-4 local governments are saying that they own, they are the one that controls Ondo, Lagos, and Ekiti. You live in a country where people have never hidden their desire to build empire.